Each year, tens of thousands of people die from drug overdoses. I'm Lee Zurich.
And I'm Tisha Powell, but some victims don't realize they're taking a risk with a lethal dose. In 2019, counterfeit pills were involved in 2% of overdose deaths. Just 2 years later, in 2021, that more than doubled to 4.7%. According to the CDC, the victims are more often teens and young adults.
Nick Lytle was 17 when he said he first overdosed while partying and using pills.
Woke up and, just my family all around me. And the crazy part is my first thought was, because it's so powerful, is like, I want more,
The high school baseball player says he was instantly hooked and spent the next 10 years chasing that high until he had a sudden realization.
I didn't care whether I woke up. I didn't care whether to move forward in life anymore, and that's when I knew I had to make a change. It was either that or I was gonna be 6 feet underground.
Today, Nick is part of an awareness campaign in Cleveland, Ohio, sharing his story in hopes others get sober.
A campaign hundreds of miles away wants to send a similar message to teens when it comes to experimenting with drugs.
But this time, it's a message from young people already dead.
Reporter Kristin Crowley shows us how one group brings overdose victims back to life in hopes people heed their warnings.
Hi, I'm Jaden.
It's an anti-drug campaign video.
Hey, I'm Jordan.
Like you've never seen before.
I thought I was being careful.
Real stories.
I've been in a car accident that left me with constant back pain, so a friend offered me something to help.
About real people.
I got what I thought was Xanax from a friend.
It looks like 21-year-old Jaden and 23-year-old Jordan are sharing those stories. But that would be impossible because...
On March 3rd, 2019...
On July 17th, 2022...
fentanyl took my life.
I died from a fentanyl overdose.
What you're seeing is artificial intelligence.
When you watch it, do you see AI?
Yeah.
You can tell?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
When other people watch it, do you think they'd be able to tell?
No.
Juanita Coburn and Holly Yoakum can tell because they are Jordan and Jaden's moms.
The way he is saying, I didn't even get to meet my second son. You can hear him gasp like, Ramonte.
Didn't even get to meet my youngest son, Ramonte.
You can hear it. So it was so real for me.
They agreed to help Kansas City, Missouri with its campaign, Unfinished Legacies, sharing stories from loved ones who died from fentanyl. But it's more than just talking about the drugs victims. It's hearing about it from the victims.
Listen to me. If you think it can't happen, it can.
Something only possible because of AI.
What did you think when you heard that they were going to essentially bring your children back to life with artificial intelligence?
Honestly, I was concerned about how it would affect me. Seeing her brought back, it's not comforting. It's upsetting.
You think you're being careful.
Seeing my child in a breathing way. This part kills me. In a way that is alive. I just want to grab her and hug her. You can't ever touch them. I can never touch her again.
So why do the campaign?
I don't want anyone else to have to go through this. I don't want my city to keep having to bury its youth. I don't want moms to have to walk in and find their children dead.
We're just trying to save lives. And we're trying to save lives here right now.
Kansas City, Missouri Mayor Quentin Lucas says the campaign was born out of a sort of desperation over an epidemic that has taken hold of his city and the nation.
Making sure that our schools, our families, our parents, our young people all understand the dangers of fentanyl.
He says efforts like public health advisories and distribution of Narcan, a drug that can reverse a fentanyl overdose, seem to have little impact on reducing deaths.
It was important work. It was consistent with the work that we've been doing for generations. But I think it is fair to say when you look at the rapid and dramatic increase that we're facing, it was not sufficient.
Between 2017 and 2022, we had well over 1,000% increase in the fentanyl deaths in Kansas City, just within the city limits.
The trend mirrors what the nation has seen, with fentanyl eclipsing all other drug-related overdoses combined. Some encouraging news came for year 2023. Drug overdose deaths decreased for the first time in 5 years, but the drop in fentanyl deaths was nominal, from about 76,000 in 2022 to just under 75,000. The hope for the city and public health officials, like Dr. Alex Francisco,
That's a real problem.
is this campaign is jarring enough
Still can't believe I'm dead.
to make a bigger difference.
We may not see the long-term ramifications immediately, but we'll be looking onto the horizon to see, is it impacting the group that we've really targeted with this campaign?
While Unfinished Legacies is meant to prevent harm, AI technology and how it's used is an ethical dilemma.
We typically talk about deepfakes in a negative way. I think this is a version of that type of technology.
Lindsay Jarrett is president of Ethical AI Services at the Center for Practical Bioethics.
Ethics is a framework to help us make decisions, okay? And it's subjective.
She and colleague Michelle Frost, who are not associated with the Unfinished Legacies campaign, say it's clear using AI to commit crimes like fraud is wrong and illegal. But the federal government has no regulations for the technology, meaning right now, no clear rules on who owns your likeness when you die.
So then the question becomes, who owns you? Do you own yourself?
We leave wills to say, what should we do with our money and our belongings? Do people need to start thinking right now about putting in their wills what to do with my image, with my voice, with AI?
You nailed it on the head.
Jaden and Jordan didn't leave anything indicating whether they'd want to be part of something like this.
And this one was my favorite. This is just the essence of her.
That's like my favorite picture.
But their mothers
Seems like he's looking directly at me.
have no doubt agreeing to the campaign was the right thing to do.
It's a bittersweet thing because ultimately we can't bring them back, but if we can save another child, let's do it.
This might be uncomfortable, but it should be.
Fortunately, addiction is a treatable disorder.
But we found some looking to get sober often face barriers to treatment. According to the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration, in 2023, of the more than 12 million who needed substance abuse treatment, just 1 in 4 received such help.